Coming up next on News Channel 5 at noon, one storm is out of the way, but something else is brewing in the Atlantic.
And a multi-million-dollar winner in our area. We're back in just 30 seconds with local coverage you can count on.
There is really only one boy, one girl, one forest, one deep dancing ocean, one handful of sand through our fingers, one endless sky, and one simple way to care for it all. Visit earthshare.org. Learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare. Cersei, Denny, Scarola, Barnhart, and Chipley, attorneys at law, taking time to care.
Right now on News Channel 5.
Well, one tropical storm fizzles out, but another system is developing.
Yeah, and Storm Team 5 meteorologist Glenn Glazer is here tracking the tropics. Glenn?
Good afternoon. Yeah, let's take a look at what's happened now. Danny is no more. National Hurricane Center issued its final advisory on Danny. It was downgraded to a tropical depression earlier this morning, and now just the remnants of Danny here moving into the northern Caribbean toward Puerto Rico. Some much-needed rainfall spreading across Puerto Rico over in Hispaniola, so that's some good news there because they do need some rainfall here, but fortunately none of those really damaging winds along with that. We do have an area of low pressure right out here in the central Atlantic that could become Tropical Storm Erica in the next couple of days, a 90% chance of development, and a little tropical wave behind that with a very low chance for development. We do have a few showers around so far this afternoon. We're going to talk about our chances for rain through the rest of the week coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, let's take a live look right now at the New York Stock Exchange. It is on a roller coaster ride today. It now stands at down 200, which is much better than where the market started the day, quickly falling 1,000 points. This slide started last week after China devalued its currency, which is a big market for U.S. products. Last week's fall was the worst for the stock market in 4 years. But there is someone who bought a lottery ticket in Boca Raton who probably isn't worrying too much today about the stock market. The winning Florida Lotto ticket selected Saturday night was sold at the Publix in West Boca at Powerline and Palmetto Park Roads. The winner of the $10 million jackpot chose their own numbers. Now the person has 180 days to go to Tallahassee and claim their prize. The store gets a $50,000 bonus for selling the winning ticket.
And new at noon, it's been parked at the beach. Well, now that plane on Singer Island has been moved since the pilot made a crash landing Saturday night. The pilot and his passenger, if you can believe it, got out without a scratch. But how exactly did they move it? News Channel 5's Gabrielle Saran joins us live now with all the details on that.
Christina, it took mere minutes to remove the plane that had been nose down on the beach for more than a day and a half. The process was swift. Just before 11 this morning, a tractor arrived on the beach. The operator hooked a crane to the single-engine Cessna and then towed it down the beach, headed south. Police say the owner arranged for a salvage company to remove the aircraft. Now, on Saturday, the plane made an emergency landing here on Singer Island after the pilot reported engine trouble. Since then, curious onlookers have been coming down here to check out the plane nose down in the sand.
Leaving it there is certainly a safety hazard. There's a lot of people walk this beach every day, so I'm happy to see that it's being removed.
Now, it's unclear what caused the engine trouble. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating. We're live on Singer Island. Gabrielle Saran for WPTV News Channel 5.
Well, today some parents are saying Palm Beach County's bus issues are not any better this morning than they were last week. This comes even after the district's transportation planners spent the weekend adjusting bus routes that didn't work. 10 new bus drivers were also added this morning. District officials hope the changes would lead to less delays and missed stops. Parents we talked to say they're fed up with not seeing any
So it's not only the parents feeling frustrated, it's also the kids and the teachers as well, because you got students coming in to your class late.
This mom says her children's bus hasn't shown up at its stop a single time since the start of the school year. She says she didn't receive any calls or emails over the weekend saying their route had been fixed. And this is the first day of school for students in Martin and Indian River counties, and so far there are no reports of problems.
Well, they're being called heroes, and now they have the honors to go with it. The 3 Americans and British man who took down a heavily armed man on a passenger train speeding through Europe last week were awarded France's highest honor today. NBC's Kelly Kobiella reports from Paris. She says they sounded like the 3 Musketeers.
The 3 American heroes arrived at the French president's residence this morning to receive the Legion of Honor, after hearing firsthand how Spencer Stone tackled the gunman while on a high-speed train.
I turned around and I saw he had what looked to be an AK-47, and he looked like it was jammed or it wasn't working, and he was trying to charge the weapon, and Alec just hit me on the shoulder and said, "Let's go."
2 words that prevented a massacre, according to the French president. For their role, Stone, Alex Scarlatos, and Anthony Sadler, along with a French citizen and a British citizen, received France's highest honor, something Stone's dad was proud of.
I'm just glad that they quickly took action, and I think that probably made the difference.
Belgian authorities identified the gunman as 26-year-old Ayoub El Kazani. He was on the terror watch list of at least 3 countries for his radical beliefs, but still allowed to board the train in Brussels. El Kazani's lawyer says he was homeless and just wanted to rob people on the train.
To the point that he was just trying to rob the train. It doesn't take 8 magazines to rob a train.
He seemed like he was ready to fight to the end, so were we.
The gunman actually had 9 magazines, an assault rifle, a handgun, and a box cutter. Spencer Stone almost had his thumb cut off during the struggle. Doctors were able to reattach it. Edward Lawrence, NBC News, Washington.
A waiter at Rocco's Tacos in Palm Beach Gardens is being called a hero today. Surveillance video captured the critical moments after a 12-year-old girl choked on a piece of skirt steak.
It happened so fast. It wasn't even like, I didn't even have a chance to think. It was just more of a reaction, you know. My arms were reaching out before, like, I even knew what I was doing.
I'm just really grateful for him because everybody was just, like, standing there just watching and nobody, but he came really quick and he saved my life.
The waiter you heard from there says his instincts immediately kicked in. Juliana says she also learned an important lesson. She's going to make sure she chews her food properly.
The state attorney in Orlando is facing questions today after admitting he created an account on Ashley Madison. That's the site that's used for people looking to have affairs. Jeffrey Ashton, who is married, says he was just curious and says he made a stupid error. He said he scrolled through the site at times while working, but he used his own personal laptop.
While I indulged my curiosity about the site, it never went beyond that. While no laws have been broken, these were incredibly stupid choices. I ask for the public's forgiveness for my shortcomings, but those choices have had absolutely no impact on the performance of my official duties.
Ashton's name came to light when hackers released the names of Ashley Madison clients. He says he does not plan to resign.
Opening statements are underway in the case of a West Palm Beach doctor accused in the death of a patient. 81-year-old Gerald Klein faces murder and drug charges in 2009 overdose death of Joseph Bartolucci. This case also has ties to a $40 million pill mill operation. And 1 person is dead and 2 more are recovering following a 3-car crash in Lake Worth. It happened just before 5 o'clock yesterday at Kirk Road and Melaleuca Lane. Investigators tell us a man crossed the center line on Melaleuca Lane, crashing into a car driven by Richard Reyes. A 3rd car wasn't able to stop in time and also crashed into Reyes. Reyes lived just a few blocks from where this all happened.
He was really outgoing. Like, I'm a really shy person, so like, we would be at parties, he'll bring you out and dance with you. He was really sweet.
He would make amazing food. He was a really amazing person, I could say that.
Of the 2 people hurt, 1 was taken to the hospital. No word yet if charges will be filed.
1 person has been arrested and another is still at large after a shooting and car chase in West Palm Beach. Police responded to a shots fired call yesterday afternoon near 31st Street and Windsor Avenue, which turned into a chase. A gun was thrown from the car and the 2 people inside eventually bailed. Police caught the driver, Tara Johnson. She's charged with aggravated assault and fleeing, Anyone who knows her male passenger's whereabouts should call Crime Stoppers.
Some heavy work underway to fill a huge sinkhole that opened up in Central Florida. Look at that. It's 45 feet wide, 65 feet deep. It opened up Sunday afternoon. The hole swallowed part of a driveway and street and caused a water main to rupture. Sunday evening, workers started trying to fill the sinkhole and repairing the water line. No one was injured in the incident.
Well, it could be a scene from a movie, what one man did to attract the attention of rescuers.
Plus, what a new study says about teen sex and a double standard.
And what parents are saying about splitting childcare work. We're back in just 60 seconds with more local coverage.
Car accident? People are talking about Steiger is going green. After Maritza's accident, they got her $94,000. Check this out. Steiger is going green got Rod $900,000.
Talk about getting paid. 800-561-1111.
I see the uncertainty in people's eyes, but that only fuels me more. For me, it's more than a job, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to give you a healthy mouth.
You know, we've got a lot in common.
Thanks, Danica.
Right here.
At Aspen Dental, we're not just fixing teeth, we're fixing dentistry. With 20% off and financing options to fit your budget. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
Car accident? People are talking about Steiger is going green.
When Deborah was injured in a car accident, the other driver refused to admit fault.
So Deborah called Steiger is going green.
They got the truth.
And Deborah got the cash. $1 million. 800-561-1111.
Well, a new study is revealing a double standard when it comes to teens' attitudes about sex. A Penn State study of 6th through 9th graders found girls who have sex are likely to lose friends while boys tend to gain friends when they're sexually active. Researchers were surprised to find that girls who, quote, made out without having sex had a significant increase in friendships, and boys who only made out had significant decreases in friendships. And a new study finds couples who share childcare duties have a better quality relationship and sex life. Researchers found when women were responsible for the majority of parenting duties, the women and men reported lower quality relationships compared to couples who split childcare tasks more equally. Something else they found, a couple's relationship did not suffer when the man was the primary caregiver.
Consumer alert right now. If your iPhone 6 Plus photos have been coming out a little blurry, it's actually not your fault. Apple says a small percentage of iPhone 6 Plus devices have a component that could fail, making photos look blurry. Apple will replace the iSight camera in affected phones. Those phones were mainly sold between September 2014 and January of this year. Apple set up a serial number checker for customers to find out if their iPhone 6 Plus was infected. So we have a way to help you out with this. Just go to WPTV.com, click on the As Seen on 5 tab, and you can see if your phone is one of the unlucky ones. Okay, this story right here, this is pretty crazy. This looks like it could have come out of the movie Castaway, straight out of it.
This happened in Australia when a British tourist got lost, so he wrote a message in the sand asking for help, and about 48 hours later, a rescue helicopter found the 63-year-old and lifted him to safety, and the only injuries he suffered were cuts to his feet.
Unbelievable. A warning for those going on a Disney cruise ship. What the company is saying, you can no longer bring on board.
Plus, students could be reporting a lot more headaches. We'll tell you why and what students it will be affecting.
And let's take a quick look at live Viper 5 Max this afternoon. And we've got some rainfall lining up along the sea breeze from West Palm Beach all the way down through Boynton and just south of Boca. How much more rainfall can we expect today and for the rest of the week? I'll tell you coming up.
You never let the weather stop you, so when big changes are on the way, you deserve to know first. When you see this, you'll know. Storm Team 5 activated a weather alert day. Using live Viper 5 Max, the most advanced storm tracking tool, will give you live hourly updates and continuous coverage everywhere until the weather passes. When it comes down to it, it's your day, and we want you to stay safe. Storm Team 5 Weather Alert Days, only on WPTV News Channel 5.
Hello, Jupiter to Cuesta. I need some help with my air conditioning.
Quick, efficient home repair is reason to celebrate.
Do you have loose or missing teeth? Do you cover your mouth when you laugh? Appearance Implants of Jupiter can give you the smile you've always wanted. Call now to schedule your free implant consultation. We have helped thousands of people like you feel confident and secure. And with fees this low, you'll have lots to smile about. Why wait any longer to have the smile you've always wanted? Call now to schedule your free implant consultation. Appearance Implants of Jupiter. Quality dentistry at affordable prices.
If you've been denied VA benefits, visit fortheinjured.com or call 333-3333. Gordon and Donner, for our veterans.
Technology is making the things around us smarter than ever before. It's making our day-to-day easier. And now, what powers those things is Smart 2. With the smart technology behind FPL's online energy dashboard, you can keep track of your energy use. And when you take the free online home energy survey, you'll see where you're using the most energy and find smart, new ways to save up to $250 a year. Visit fpl.com/easy to save and learn how to make your bill even lower.
Get your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
Hello, Jupiter to Cuesta. I need some help with my plumbing.
Quick, efficient home repair is reason to celebrate.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
We want to bring you some new information this noon, raising serious concerns about who is to blame for the death of a Boynton Beach infant. Now, according to a report just released by DCF, 5-month-old Christian Bent was with his father on August 11th and suffered a serious fall. The baby was in his bouncer on a counter and fell off, with the bouncer landing partly on him. Now, according to the report, the father did not alert the boy's mother, call 911, or take him to the doctor. The baby was taken to the sitters the next day, where he suffered a bloody nose. Then on the 14th, at the babysitter's, his body went limp. Now, the parents later took him to the hospital, and he died 4 days later on the 18th. Now, this is a developing story that we're just getting into the newsroom. This is something we are going to continue to follow throughout the day.
Well, getting back into those school routines, it can be stressful for your children, and that stress, for some kids, it can just feel like a vice grip in their head and result in them missing school. Erica Edwards explains that it often hits boys and girls at different ages.
Homework can be enough to give any kid a headache, but for 15-year-old Adria Hotby, migraines flare up as soon as school begins in the fall.
We do feel that school does kind of trigger them more often than typically.
Last year, she had one so awful that it caused her to miss school for 10 straight days.
It was not good at all. I had a lot of catch-up homework to do and a lot of tests to make up, and that just added to the stress.
Adria is not alone. Researchers at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio say emergency department visits for headaches increase by more than a third after school starts in the fall. School children of all ages are affected. Boys tend to get them before puberty, while headaches in girls often pop up at puberty and last into adulthood. Academic stressors play a significant role.
They're playing sports, they're maybe starting a job, they're getting involved with band, football, and it's just a very hectic time of year for them.
Tension headaches and migraines are the two most common types of headaches seen by physicians. Migraines are less common but can cause more severe symptoms such as nausea and vomiting and sensitivity to light and smell. Experts say you can help kids avoid headaches by having them eat a healthy diet, get enough sleep, and drink plenty of liquids. But they say if headaches are intruding on your child's daily routine, it's time to have them evaluated by their doctor. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
Well, if you're getting ready to take a Disney cruise, don't bring any hard liquor on board. They won't let you take it on. Disney says starting September 30th, passengers won't be allowed to bring any hard liquor on the ships. Passengers will still be able to bring 2 standard-sized bottles of wine or champagne or even a 6-pack of beer onto the ship. Disney has not said why it's changing its policy, but cruise experts say it may have something to do with the fact that adult cruise passengers spend roughly $35 a day on alcohol.